Hello everyone. Today I bring you the story of an ambitious young politician who is shaking things up in Hialeah. Bryan Calvo. At only 27 years old, Bryan isn't your typical candidate. He's a lawyer, a Harvard graduate, a former Hialeah councilman, and even worked at the White House during the Trump administration. But what really grabs your attention is his bold vision for Hialeah, a city that, according to him, has been stuck in a cycle of corruption and decay for 30 years. Bryan's criticisms are direct and forceful. He paints a bleak picture: dirty streets, rusted fire hydrants, closed businesses, and a rise in crime. According to him, the city is abandoned, and meanwhile, the local government raises taxes and gives themselves million-dollar pensions. During his time as a councilman, Bryan was the only one who voted against these tax increases year after year. He even pushed for a formal investigation into the Hialeah Water Department, which he says charges some of the highest rates in the county. When it comes to public safety, Bryan doesn't hold back. He points out that even though the city's population has doubled, the police force has remained the same size for 20 years. People are afraid to go out at night or even open their doors, he says. His solution? More patrols, more emergency operators, and better retention of trained personnel. And those pensions? Bryan is furious. He highlights that the current mayor is leaving for Washington with a lifetime pension that he himself voted in favor of. It's a joke, Bryan declares. Bryan is also tackling corruption head-on. He plans to create a special police unit to investigate financial crimes within condominium associations. Half of Hialeah's residents live in these condos, and many have been robbed by corrupt managers and boards, he explains. He also questions the use of municipal funds, suggesting that the city should rent or develop its 55 acres of vacant land to generate revenue instead of raising taxes. One of the biggest problems for Bryan is the double standard he sees in local government, especially with companies like Cubamax. He accuses them of collaborating with the Cuban regime while local authorities look the other way. Bryan passed a resolution against Cubamax for violating local ordinances, but says the mayor took no action. He promises to create a task force to investigate these companies and ensure they are held accountable. While a street vendor gets fined, these companies do whatever they want. That double standard ends with me, he affirms. Bryan Calvo isn't here to make friends, he's here to make changes. I didn't come here to be liked. I came to tell the truth, he says. Bryan even supports influencer Alexander Otaola's lawsuit against County Mayor Daniela Levine-Carver, and he himself has taken politicians to court when necessary. For Bryan, Esteban Bovo's support of Rene Garcia only shows that the cycle of cronyism is still alive. They recycle. I am the change, he proclaims. So is Bryan Calvo the change that Hialeah needs? Time will tell, but one thing is for sure. He's not afraid to shake things up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more updates on local politics and more. A better Hialeah.